In the far reaches of space, the Hubble Space Telescope has found that there is a strange line of stars. This trail, which was made 8,000 million years ago, has confused scientists and made them question what they think they know about the world. This stretcher seems to go on forever. It moves as fast as our Milky Way Galaxy, but it is much smaller, which makes many people wonder where it came from. The discovery has gotten a lot of study groups working hard to figure out what this mysterious cosmic trail is all about. But despite their best efforts, this long, skinny building still can't be explained. Some experts think the trail is the result of a collision between galaxies, while others say it is a strange leftover from the Big Bang. Some even think it is proof that an alien society is at work, which is a crazy idea. Scientists are still looking into the behavior. Will we ever figure out the answers to these questions about the universe? Or will they always be a puzzle that reminds us of how big and complicated the world we live in is? Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on our channel. It's time to find out more about the world beyond our Milky Way. When scientists first saw this long line of stars, most of them thought it was a black hole that was being blocked by a cloud of gas as seen from Earth. This idea quickly caught the attention of astronomers because it requires a large number of complicated and unusual situations. Because of this, many scientific teams have kept looking into different, less strange explanations for the findings. There is one thing that the IAC team thinks, that the stars in the trail used to be part of a thin disc-shaped galaxy that merged with another galaxy, which messed up the central bulge of the former galaxy and caused this phenomenon. IAC researchers have defended their theory by saying that it fits with what they already know and that more observations can either confirm or disprove their results as astronomers continue to study this mysterious structure. Astronomers aren't sure what to think about the new theory because there isn't any proof that two galaxies merged in the area where the trail of stars was found. But the IAC researchers have supported their theory by saying that it fits with the data that is already out there. We can see that the universe's endless wonders never fail to surprise and amaze us. The movements, sights, and number of stars match what has been seen in nearby galaxies. This is why Sanchez Alvida, an IAC researcher and the first author of the article, feels relieved to have found the answer to this mystery. In one way, the new idea is much easier to understand. But it's a shame because fleeing black holes are thought to exist, and this could have been the first one to be seen. The next time we look at this object, we'll be able to learn more about it. But one thing is for sure, there are a lot of things in the world that we don't know anything about yet. Just recently, the James Webb Space Telescope found huge galaxies at the edge of the universe. According to previous research, these galaxies shouldn't exist because they mess with our model of cosmology and make things more difficult for scientists. Researchers from the University of Minnesota have found that one of these galaxies is so strange that we might have to go back to the drawing board. The idea of cosmic inflation says when one of these galaxies was made, it was as hard to believe that the universe began with the Big Bang. After quickly growing from the size of a subatomic particle to the size of a golf ball, the universe continued to grow at an exponential rate, never stopping. Space Expansion of the Universe School and Metaphor is the name for this event. 1 second after the Big Bang, the world was already full of neutrons, protons, electrons, and neutrinos. During the first 3 minutes of the universe, a process called Big Bang nuclear synthesis made the light elements. But for the first 380,000 or so years, the universe was too hot for light to shine. During the making process, the intense heat that was made burned the atoms into a thick plasma made of superprotons, neutrons, and electrons that blocked light like fog. But after 380,000 years, things started to cool down. And they cooled down enough for atoms to start to form. After this point, the universe went dark because no stars or other bright things had yet formed. When we jump ahead 400 million years after the Big Bang, we can see that the universe is beginning to come out of its dark age. During this stage of the universe's development, known as the age of reionization, which lasted for more than 500 million years, the first stars began to form, leading scientists to believe that galaxies began forming in the first billion years after the Big Bang, and then sort of reached adolescence between 1 and 2 billion years later. The James Webb Space Telescope, on the other hand, has discovered not one but 6 galaxies that were fully created within 500 million years after the Big Bang occurred. And this presents a challenge. The JWST was used by a team led by the University of Minnesota to make observations that were the first of their kind. Using this data, the team looked more than 13 billion years into the past and found a one-of-a-kind miniature galaxy that created new stars at an exceptionally high rate for its size. The galaxy is one of the smallest ever found at this distance, and its discovery could help scientists understand more about galaxies that existed not long after the universe was created. Even though this picture of the galaxy only encompasses a millionth of the Milky Way, we can observe that it continues to produce the same amount of stars each year. This explains that the galaxies that were around when the universe was very young are very different from the ones we see now. Until then, we don't know how the universe came to be. However, scientists who study galaxies might be able to help us figure out how and when the first stars and galaxies emerged from the dark ages of the universe. As time goes on, more observations made by JWST show that the universe, especially when it was young, was stranger than we thought. Scientists have found what they think is the oldest known black hole in the universe. This was made possible by the powerful cameras on the telescopes that were able to capture this elusive object. This supermassive black hole, which is 10 million times bigger than our Sun, was at the heart of the galaxy 570 million years after the universe began. Webb has not only found these early galaxies, but he has also found a black hole that is almost as old as the universe. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists have found an active supermassive black hole 10 million times the mass of the Sun that is actively growing as it slurps up matter from the space around it. This is the earliest growing supermassive black hole found so far. But scientists hope that record won't hold for long. The black hole is actively growing as it slurps up matter from the space around it. Neutral hydrogen is thought to have been ionized when stars were being made in the early universe. This process is called Lyman alpha emission. In the early universe, there was a fog of neutral hydrogen that stopped light from traveling. Only after this neutral hydrogen was turned into ionized hydrogen could light travel easily during this period of reionization. Scientists first looked at these stars as part of their research into how stars made light in the very beginning of the world. The universe we live in is far out of our reach, but we try our best to find as much as we can about it. That was all from our side. What do you think about all this? Does the universe surprise you as well? Let us know in the comments section down below. Subscribe to this channel and like this video. We'll see you again with another interesting video.